Hi, and welcome to this brief tutorial on how to properly complete your LC 5.06 first draft and peer editing assignment. Remember, you will submit your rough draft and your peer editing sheet to the same Dropbox. Again, that will be your rough draft and your peer editing sheet to the LC 5.06 first draft Dropbox. Just as a reminder, remember, your argument first draft sheet can be found in Doc Sharing in the Argument Essay zipped folder. In this folder, you will find the document that appears on the screen before you. It will be called Graded Assignment Argument First Draft. Please notice that this document will contain several bulleted points. Some of the information on these bulleted points does not apply to this assignment. For instance, the page requirement and word requirement is not correct. I have changed that, and this is now a 5-paragraph essay. So please make sure you're double checking all announcements and Class Connect recordings regarding the requirements for this assignment. Once you've reviewed over some of the general information on this assignment, you will simply copy and paste your rough draft assignment below in the provided blank space. Save this assignment according to the naming conventions, and then you will attach this rough draft assignment to the Dropbox. Remember, you will be attaching 2 documents to this Dropbox. This rough draft assignment along with the argument essay proofreading editing assignment you see on the screen in front of you. Remember, the argument essay proofreading assignment is a required assignment. It is worth part of the 50 points for the rough draft Dropbox assignment, and it must be completed by the date listed on your argument essay proofreading sheet. So make sure you double check your sheet for the correct date. You will notice on this form that you will be required to select either a peer or a willing adult to read and review your argument essay. You will be required to include your peer or adult reviewer's name at the top of the form along with your own name. Remember, the goal of this assignment is to have somebody else look at your essay and carefully assess what needs to be revised and fixed. I have included clear instructions for your reviewer, so please make sure you have your reviewer carefully read these prior to beginning the process. Remember, your reviewer will first carefully read your essay, and then they will answer the series of questions you see on the screen below you. Notice that the peer editing sheet is going to have 2 columns. The left side column is going to be the questions for revision. These will be the questions that your peer editor will need to carefully read and answer. They will answer the questions in the right-hand column called Notes. The form in front of you is a completed form, so you can see what your finished product should look like. So your peer editor and reviewer should go through and write several notes for you. Please note that these should not simply be yes or no answers. They should be thoughtful responses that aim to help you making your essay the best it can be. So please encourage your peer editor to write more than just yes or no answers, to give you several sentences of feedback for each question for revision. Notice the example here under solid thesis statement. They're going to be reviewing over that, as well as a variety of other elements under the questions for revision. Notice there is more than 1 page to this document, so make sure your peer editor is reviewing all questions. Some of the questions for revision will focus on content, such as the thesis statement and overall organization, while other questions will ask your peer editor to identify if you've used formal language or if you've accidentally included personal pronouns. Remember, personal pronouns should not appear in the rough draft or final draft of your argument essay. Other questions or examples that they will see in here will also include looking at the 3 key elements of your essay, which would be the introductory paragraph, body paragraphs, and closing paragraphs. Again, please note from the example here the length in which the answers should appear from your peer editor. The more information your peer editor gives you, the better your overall final draft will be. I've also provided a spot on this sheet for your peer editor to provide any other notes that may not be covered in my questions for revision. Feel free to allow them to write notes in that spot as well. Remember, this essay at minimum should be 5 paragraphs long and should have a clear intro, body, and closing. Make sure you have 5 full paragraphs for your rough draft before you submit it to the Dropbox. Remember, once you've completed both the peer editing form and the rough draft, submit it to the Dropbox. Thanks so much and have a great day.